Hello and welcome to our channel Jai Bhim Jai Bharat Namo Buddhaya. I am Nikhil Sabalania from Delhi presenting this show, and in this show we will understand the thinking of Baba Sahib on three aspects. One was birth control, another is abortion, and lastly on the sterilization of the defective. Those who don't know about Dr. Ambedkar ji or those who are from outside India, they can go and search about him. In a short, he is considered as the father of the Indian Constitution, and not only just the father of Indian Constitution, but he is also the father of modern India, in a sense that he guided so many other luminaries like Mr. Gandhi, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, and many other eminent freedom fighters and the future leaders of India. He has been a guiding principle 75 years back when we got independence, and he is still a guiding principle. Many of you might not know about the fact that whenever there is a doubt in the Constitution of India arises, the judiciary goes and goes and look back at the Constitution Assembly debates. So those Constitutional Assembly debates are considered as the grudge norm of the Indian Constitution. I mean, under whose guidance we framed our Constitution. That is why the words and each word of Dr. Ambedkar has become so important to our Constitution and to our lawmakers, either at the Parliament or at the judiciary, and even to guide the common man. For this purpose, as we consider Dr. Ambedkar's words and thinking very important for making the modern India, I am making this program, and I hope that you would understand the importance of his words. Now, the main focus of this program is about his views on the abortion. As we know that abortion has become a big issue all over the world. Even one of the propagators of democracy and freedom of thought, that is United States of America, has said that they would bring anti-abortion laws. In primitive societies like in India and many other African or Asian countries, and even in Latin America, even in the South America, abortion is seen through the eyes of religion dogmas. But before I go further, let us get into the philosophical view and the religious view of abortion. To my knowledge, I have seen three religious views. I don't know about the Islamic view of on abortion, about the Buddhist view. Through the Buddhism in China, I have come to know that they believe that the soul enters into the body of a woman when she cohabits with her husband. So the soul enters at that time. Now there is another opposite view I found among other Buddhist societies, that they don't believe in the concept of soul. However, these Buddhist societies have no connection with Buddhism. Particularly, the Indian society has no connection with Buddhism because Buddhism was lost here almost 1000 years ago. So they don't have the proper text, they don't have the ancient learning. Apart from this fact, there's another fact, the concept of nirvana, that is, we won't get any rebirth. Now, that concept of nirvana, which was directly given by the Lord Buddha, is a celebrated concept, and all the Buddhists around the world believe in this concept. Now, if you look at this concept, then if there is a no rebirth, suddenly no person gets rebirth as he is now. So, whose rebirth Lord Buddha was talking about? Certainly, he was talking about the rebirth of the soul. A third fact is a direct view of K. Sri Dhammanand, who was from actually Sri Lanka, and he was a missionary monk, a Buddhist monk. He also suggested that though many people in Buddhism, many schools in Buddhism do not believe in soul, but he kept this arena opened, and he asked the Buddhists to look at the texts that would provide the concept of soul. This means that he also believed in the soul. So as per the Buddhist view, we will consider, that is why I have given the Tibetan view first in this discussion, in this program, that Buddhists in Tibet, I consider them as they are carrying the legacy of the Buddhism for a very long time, along with the some of their own thinking and own views which were prevalent in the Tibetan society before Buddhism. So they believe that a soul enters in the body at the time of cohabitation. Now coming to the concept of Hindu mythology or Hindu religion. Hindu religion believes that soul enters after a few weeks of the embryo, when the embryo is formed. So the soul enters it, and they believe that the soul is from the Paramatma, that is the Almighty. So this religious view is already also there in the Hinduism. About Christianity, I don't know their view, but I had been to church during Christmas, and I have seen many posters over there which were criticizing abortion. So these views are there about the religious views which I know. Now coming to the philosophical view, and from my own observation, what I have seen, we have seen, even you have also seen, that there are so many incidents when a girl gets pregnant at a very young age, and the child becomes a burden on her. Now this thing which nature has given to the girl or the woman is unique to her, is unique to her gender. It's not a problem with the men, it's a problem with her. In India, we see so many girls after getting pregnant, after giving birth, they keep their child at a place where sometimes dog comes and eat that baby. This is also bad. I strongly criticize this practice. But in a time when there is so much stigma connected with the girl, with the single mother, and there is so much burden of the life, it's very difficult to raise a child under such social and economic constraints. For that, we should also consider the choice of women. That is my opinion. Now coming to the comparison between these two thinkings, about the religious thinking and about this practical thinking, another question arises, which is a philosophical question. Are we killing a child before its birth? Now for that, I considered a reason, that is the child, is the birth of a baby, of a man or woman, is so important, even if there is a God, for the creation of God. Are we 8 billion people on the earth are so important that we need another 8 billion and first person? I think we are not so important. When we consider our importance is only for our own lives. It's only connected with our own minds. As in Gita, the Lord Krishna said, we are just Nimit Matra. It means that we are nothing. So we are nothing if we compare ourselves to this whole universe. You can look at the many species of animals and plants which have been not only just destroyed but have gone completely due to human beings on this earth. So I don't consider philosophically that we are any importance to God or to ourselves or even to this earth. We are byproduct of a scientific evolution which took place somewhere in the time. And even if we believe that we are the creation of God, then there are millions of thoughts against it, that though we are creation of the God, but we have our own choice, and God has given us brain to do, to take a decision by our own free will. So that is my opinion. So now let us come the view of the great Baba Sahib Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, that what he thought about the abortion. Now, there is a publication by the government of India as writing and speeches of Baba Sahib Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, and in the volume 3 on page 9 there's a paragraph given. So I would read a few lines from this paragraph so that you would understand. Now, in this text, he explains the philosophy of religion. It's a wonderful text. So here he writes, so he talks about the Copernican revolution, that it freed astronomy from the domination of religion. So bit by bit, this vast empire of religion was destroyed. So there was an empire of religion. Everything in the lives of human beings was dominated by religion. But bit by bit, this vast empire was destroyed. The scientific revolution, the scientific thinking prevailed over the religious dogmas. Then he writes the Darwinian revolution freed biology and geology from the trammels of religion. Trammels means something that blocks. So the trammels of religion. So of religion, such trammels, Darwinian revolution freed biology and geology. The authority of theology in medicine is not yet completely destroyed. The intervention in medical questions still continue. Opinion on such subjects. Now, this is important line. This is the important reference. This is the importance direction he is giving. Opinion on such subjects as birth control, abortion, and sterilization of the defective are still influenced by theological dogmas. So, theological means related to religion, and dogmas means the beliefs which can't be questioned, and mainly these are the religious beliefs. So, it is very clear from this statement that he was in favor of birth control, because he said that opinion on such subjects such as birth control are still influenced by theological dogmas. Psychology has not completely freed itself from its entanglements, and then he talks about other things. So this guidance is coming from Dr. Ambedkar ji, that he did not want he did not want it abortion and birth control and defectives of the sterilization to be dominated or to be controlled in the decision making of a society or of a state by the dogmas of religion. This thing is clear. Now let us consider another two aspects, which are birth control and sterilization of the defective. Birth control. In India, we have seen majority of the people belongs to two religious groups. They are Muslims and Hindus. Now Muslims, they have also considered that the birth of a child is by the Allah, the God of Muslims. And Hindus also considered that it is a divine thing. So they are thinking either a Muslim or a Hindu, both group of people, their thinkings are dominated by the same religious dogmas. So irrespective the name is different, either Hindu or Muslim, the pattern of thinking has remained same, and this has become a problem for India. We have seen our large population. So now we have a guiding principle of Dr. Ambedkar coming directly from his words, that we should not consider them as any religious aspects only. And I hope that my explanation will also contribute to his views. So we should also, and outside India also, I have seen in America also that Christianity is trying to abolish the anti-abortion laws, trying to put the anti-abortion laws. but this is also not good. The freedom of women should be considered. Women are half of the population of human beings. The birth of a child, the decision should be given to the women along with the men. Now, another important thing I would like to add here, that in my whole discourse on this, it should not be considered as having any relation to feminism or working of women outside home, because I am against those feministic views, because those views were created to bring women out of the homes and put her into the geoparody, into the hard life of the industrial world. So I am against that, and my opposition is coming directly from the Karl Marx, who is used by the so-called Marxist to put women, or to bring out women out of the homes, or to put her into the working culture outside their home. Even the Karl Marx was against it. So this discourse should not be considered as that. Why I use the word feminism, that I am against that? Because to my understanding, the whole study of feminism was created for this specific purpose of bringing out women out of their homes for the cheap labor of industrialization. So this cleverness of the industrial groups, along with the clever educationist, we should understand. I understood that thing. I don't know how much you would appreciate my word, but studying at the history of industrialization, looking at the world, I have understood this thing, and I have also given discourses on this, that you can go to my other videos, or you can ask me to make another video on this. So this guidance which is coming from the Dr. Ambedkar about the birth control. So the freedom should be given to the women, not considering as the freedom which the feminists talk. It is should be the freedom of her biological makeup, freedom for her, for the for her social world. But along with that, we have also seen, and now this thing should be understood, that now because of easy abortion methods, women are using these methods in excess, and it is deteriorating to their health, and not only physical health but also mental health. Also, it is also pushing people to do immoral things. So for such immoral things, or for the sake of, or for the being having, like, for the easiness of abortion, these methods should not be looked for these comforts or these escapes. That is also my opinion. But of course, women should be given freedom in her misery. Sometimes she doesn't want a child. So from the words of Dr. Ambedkar ji, from Dr. Ambedkar, from Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, we are getting this principle that human beings should be should not believe in religious dogmas, and freedom should be given for birth control and then for abortion, which we have already talked. Now let us talk about the sterilization of the defective. It means sometimes there are people who are born with defective problems, and the life becomes so much burden, not only for on them also, but on the parents and the people who take care of them. There could be a spiritual aspect, that if we consider that thing as a gift of the nature, then it's a good thing that we consider a defective person as a gift of the nature. But look at the life of that person, how much pain that person is going to face in this world, when a non-defective person is also facing the problems, is also facing a lot of problems. A person with disabilities is certainly going to face so many problems. So what would be more spiritual, to stop him at a stage where he would not face so many problems, or to put him into this world and let him face so many problems. I don't have answer for that, but I have answer from Dr. Ambedkar, who is going in favor of stopping them from this mean, this cruel world, so that even if there are some souls, even if there is a rebirth, even if, I'm not saying certainly, then they might get some better life. So these were the views of Dr. Ambedkar ji. And if you wanted to read this book, you can go to our website nspmart.com. The name of the book is Philosophy of Hinduism. Please buy from our own website, because when you buy from us, then we get support for making these videos, for the research work. Now we wanted to translate this book into Hindi and other languages. For each translation, it would cost at least 5 lakh rupees. So I request some of you who are able to contribute 1 lakh rupee, or certainly 5 lakh rupee. So 1 lakh, if 5 people would donate us 1 lakh rupee each, then we would be able to translate it into Hindi. And there is a translation, but we want to translate it like a better translation and a different, in an in easy translation, because it's very difficult. And also along with that, we wanted to add the explanation of his views. So it would be a big project, and important for the society which speaks Hindi. Please do send me a WhatsApp message and save my number, one of our numbers, so that you can receive our notifications about our new books, about our new videos. And you can please save these three numbers: 8527533051, 8851188170, and another number which is only for the WhatsApp, 8447913116. You can go to our website nspmart.com, nspmart.com. I'm Nikhil Sabalania with you, presenting this program especially for you. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat, Mukta hai.